Hello, everybody. It's Barbara. Are you ready for Pick a Stack Wednesday? Man, I hope so. I gotta laugh because we haven't had any heavy equipment out front for a couple weeks? And they picked right now to start up on removing the old topsoil so they can, I'm gonna say do the landscaping, which I think just means bringing in different soil and then a grass mat. I'm not going to call that landscaping because these guys aren't landscapers. But I have to laugh because they started about 15 minutes ago as I'm prepping to do the video. And it's like, really? You had to pick today? Now? You couldn't do an hour from now? You couldn't do yesterday? Oh, it's like they know. But you know what? Pfft, we got this. Who cares? The world is a crazy, messed up 3D reality, and you can't let this crap get you down. I just laugh. And at some point, probably right after the video, I'm going to go outside. They're across the street at the church right now. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say, you're not taking half my lawn away because that's my dog's yard. And I don't need Althea going out and playing in the dirt. And then bringing it in? No. So, I might just, say, just worry about the boulevard, not my yard. Besides, we gotta pay for that. How are you doing today? I feel fantastic. I have to. Here's why. Whether you feel fantastic or not, you choose how you feel, right? When you wake up in the morning, you choose how your day is going to be. If you think, oh crap, I got to do this and I got to do that and I got to talk to this person and all this crap's going to just fall apart, that's the kind of day you're going to have. So when you wake up and you feel like, oh, I'm in this 3D reality again, no, you switch that around. You reprogram yourself and you go, I'm going to have a fabulous day. Whether you do or not is beside the point. It's the intention that you set. So I'm setting the intention that I feel fabulous. I'm setting the intention that I'm going to have a great day. Whatever kind of day it is. So make sure you're setting your intention. I'm grateful for everything and everybody in my life, everything I've ever been given by, the great I am, Source, Great Spirit, Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, all my spirit guides and guardians who live in the light. I am so grateful for everything I've ever received while I've been in this human suit, in this reality. I'm so grateful. Let's start there. And let's not focus on the things we don't have or how effed up the world is out there and how people are losing their minds and getting meaner and meaner by the day, or how all of humanity is just sinking lower and lower. No, you can't concentrate on that, you guys. You got to concentrate on, what matters to you. What can I affect? I can affect my little world. My little world. I can't affect things out there. Not that you know of. I can smile if I'm at the grocery store. I can smile at people. That's me affecting other people. Giving my grocery cart to somebody. Opening a door. Helping somebody emotionally. Those are the things that change our world. Okay? Not complaining to the construction guys that, oh, you're doing this wrong and what are you, blah, blah. I never complain to the guys. I just go, I'd rather have it this way. And then guess what? Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's all work together. All right, if you're new to Pick a Stack, this is what we do here. Today, we've got 3 stacks. Each stack today is an oracle deck. Each stack also has a stone or crystal. Today, we also have a bonus card at the end from a totally different deck. So I'm going to do a reading on each stack. Your mission is to think of an idea, issue, or question pertaining to yourself, your loved ones, your community, or the world, or whatever, and then intuitively choose a stack or 2 stacks or all 3 stacks. This is a game. It's to encourage you to use your intuition. Okay? That's what this is all about. And also to have some fun and take some time for yourself. You know, take a half hour for yourself. There's 48 half hours in every day. Just take one for yourself if you can. If you can't justify time for yourself, well, justify it by listening to this. Okay? I want you to use your intuition. And by the way, I have to point this out. Look at this glorious orb of light. Isn't he amazing? Look at that. He's even coming out of the window. La. I love you, grandfather's son. Love plasma energy. Are you ready? Did you think of your idea, issue, or question? Let's get going. I'm not going to show you the deck until we do that stack. So, if you chose stack number 1, let's talk about your stone first. This is petrified wood. Petrified wood. And it looks like a stone. And there's so many places around this world, planet, in this reality, whatever you want to call it, that have these huge stone-like structures that look like trees. Well, if petrified wood can look like this and feel like this, imagine on a larger scale. Large trees petrified into stone. It's possible. Just saying. So the cool thing about petrified wood is, because it's very ancient, right? I mean, actually, almost everything on our planet is, even us. This is really good for accessing cellular memories, past lives, old traumas. I just helped somebody the other day with a past life trauma that she needed to deal with and be done with so that she can go on to be the lighter version of herself. And I've had people help me with this as well. I have many past life traumas because I have ticked people off in so many lifetimes, and I've had my head cut off, I've been stabbed, I've been shot, I've hanged, set on fire, drowned, you name it. So, you know, if you ask me what one of my hobbies is, it would be I deal with my past life traumas because there's a lot of them. And every time you deal with one, it's like peeling an onion. You know, in the movie Shrek, he says we're like an onion, layers. Well, you peel a layer so that you can get to the next one. And then you deal with that, and you peel that off, and you can get to the next one. And you just keep going. Because if you've been here in this reality, well, not in this reality, but if you've been here in some kind of form, you probably have some kind of trauma that you carry over. And that's what we do, is our spirit comes into this body and carries a lot of this past trauma. And so it transfers into this body. For example, I used to have asthma really bad. And I had the inhaler and I got allergy shots and the whole bit. The first healing that I participated in, I told the healer, I feel like there's a piece of wood in my left lung. And she says, you want me to get it out? And I was like, that's a thing. She goes, yeah. And I said, it feels like a wooden arrow. And she's working on me. She goes, yep, it's a wooden arrow. And I'm going to pull it out. And she pulled it out. My asthma went away. My asthma was a result of a past life trauma. The cellular memory in my lung said, we can't operate at 100% capacity because of this. So we're going to make you do, you heal that, and this body gets healed, and your consciousness lets something go. So I highly recommend dealing with past life traumas. And this petrified wood can help with that because it's old energy. So if you're dealing with an old trauma, this is a really perfect stone to work with. Plus, it's petrified wood. It used to be part of a tree. And the trees, we can work with the trees. There's a tree right there. It's in my neighbor's yard. He's one of my best buddies. I talk to him all the time. He's the guardian of the neighborhood. I protect him during all the storms, and he protects us in the neighborhood. And then, gives us oxygen, silly little things like that. And shade and all the stuff and all the things. So, petrified wood. Your deck in stack number 1 is going to be the Wisdom of Avalon. This is that new deck that I started with last week. And when I was asking my guides, what do I use this week? They were like, oh, do the Avalon again. Okay. My pleasure. So what, besides past life trauma healing, do our people need to know? Interesting. I'm going to have to put my glasses on because it's just feeling like that kind of day. This is card number 39, and it's called Disruption. So it's water coming over a fall. There's a Boston fern there in the corner. 39. Disruption. So in this deck, there's markers, and this is one of the sacred markers. Actually, on the top, it says the Sacred Journey markers. This marker warns of a shaky foundation placed on a fault line. At best, this reminds you that shakeups are necessary when you need a wake-up call. Kind of like all the earthquakes that are going on all around the world that are literally shaking the world. It's to wake everybody up. It's also to bring things to the surface. And with that petrified wood, I was talking about bringing things to the surface, right? And that's what this is all about. This is a warning for you to be diligent and alert when making decisions. This can also portend a toppling of plans or ideas, or a total destruction of something hard won, worked for, or desired. Be reminded that the way of the god and goddess is one of mystery and chaos is the ultimate cleanser. Disruption brings delays and upsets that have a hidden gift of opportunity with them. So this just brings to mind, I worked in the corporate world for almost 30 years. And there were several times where I lost my job. And at the time, I was devastated. It was a disruption in my life. I depended on that paycheck so that I could, have silly things like a place to live and a car, food. And I would lose my job, whether, like one time I got fired. That was because I found out that the boss was double billing different companies. Yeah, so they dealt with it by firing me. So I couldn't tell anybody. Okay, but the thing is, once you get past that initial disruption and you get another job and you look back, you go, oh, yeah, this is where I am now is way better. And I needed to get out of there, but I wasn't going to do it on my own. You know, obviously where I was working at that time was very corrupt. Because it wasn't just the boss, it was other people too. It was very corrupt, and I did not need to be in that environment. So the universe said, we're going to put you over here, but you're not going to do it yourself. So there you go. So this is the time to rethink, rebuild, and refortify that which was previously unstable, or it allows you to begin anew. Without this gift, you wouldn't be adequately supported later on when you'll need it most. The greater message reminds you that in life, all people, places, concepts, and things are but fleeting on the path to wholeness. Only spirit is stable and eternal. Such is the wisdom of Avalon. So, I mean, it's true. Everything here is fleeting. Things are fleeting. These bodies, right now at this point in time, are fleeting. We only get, however many years. And 100 years might be fleeting, in the grand scheme of things. I know I'm older than dirt, so 100 years is nothing. Everything's fleeting. Jobs are fleeting. Homes are fleeting. If you have the mindset that when your life is disrupted, it's being disrupted so you can get something better or go somewhere better, then that is what you'll receive. If you wallow in self-pity, then that's where you're going to stay. So I usually allow myself a day or two. And then after that second day, it's like, okay, you got to pull yourself up out of this because this is BS. You're done in this muck. Pull yourself up, get dressed, put your makeup on, take a shower, do whatever you got to do, and get out. And put it out there that, thank you, universe, for doing this. Thank you for setting me up for the next great thing that's even greater than where I was. So whatever you're going through, you have a decision to make. Do you want to stay down here or do you want to move up? And if you want to move up, pull yourself up, heal your wounds, and move on. Something greater is coming, but we all have free will and you have the choice. I can stay down here. I can drink and do drugs and eat bad foods and make bad choices, and that's where you're going to stay. And you'll keep doing that. It's your choice. You get nobody to, I don't want to say blame. You have nobody to handle that responsibility for you. Okay? If you think somebody else is going to handle the responsibility for you, you're just projecting. Cut it out. You're responsible for you. So, stack number 1, this is kind of an ass kicking. This is cut it out and grow a pair. I just saw these 2 rocks. I was like, yeah, grow a pair. Get yourself out of the muck and start paying attention to how you think and how you speak about yourself. I am. What follows after that is up to you. I am fabulous. I am successful. I am divinely healthy. Or you can say other things. That's up to you. But you are responsible for yourself. So whatever disruption you are going through or whatever's coming, because this is kind of like a tower card, it's all on you. So choose wisely. That was stack number 1. Interesting. Set your intentions, you guys. All right, stack number 2. Let's talk about your stone. Zzz. Stone zzz. Stack number 2, your stone is carnelian. And when I went over to the shelf, this one went, oh, you're picking me. And I said, okay. So this is a deer antler full of carnelians. This took me weeks to do. I wrapped it in copper wire, and then I hung a citrine. And this is on a beautiful spalted maple slice from Mike. Isn't this fun? Carnelian resonates with our sacral chakra, but also our root chakra. It's a type of chalcedony. That means agate. Sorry, something's itching me. Carnelian is great for protection from low frequencies, protection from poverty, because, you know, this is our emotional center. I was just talking in stack number 1 about how we choose to set our intentions and claim our responsibility and all that. Well, that can be sacral chakra because that's our emotional center. So this carnelian can also help with calming your temper if you have anger issues. You want to carry stones that are grounding and that are sacral chakra because, again, that's your emotional center. It can also help you keep your sense of humor, find inner strength. It can stimulate metabolism. Anything with the female reproductive system, any issues, carnelian is a great stone for that. Before or during your cycle, carry one in your pocket, your pants pocket, because you want it down here. It can also help with lower back issues. Remember, your sacral chakra isn't just here, it's also back here. So if you're having lower back issues, a lot of times it's from the front, issues from the front. So it can also help with arthritis and help improve absorption of vitamins and minerals. Yeah, so there's a lot going on there. This one, you know, because it's the antler, would be cool to have like near your easy chair or your bed or somewhere where it would make sense for you to spend time. Yeah. So your deck in stack number 2 is the Star Dragons. Star Dragons. Paolo Barbieri. So Star Dragons, what do our stack 2 people need to know today? What do they need to know? We got some fire with that carnelian. You know, I just have to say, every time I do one of these videos, I have this whole mess by the time I'm done. It's covers and box bottoms and there's cards all over and there's stuff and things and it's the whole other end of this couch is just a total disaster. Wow. So card number 8, legacy and persistence. Oh, I see the heavy equipment is right outside my window now. Come on, focus. Thank you. Legacy and persistence. Okay, I'm putting it out there. You do not damage my trees anymore. They hit the one tree 3 times. So I've prayed over the tree. I've done a bunch of healings. Poor thing. He's like, I'm just standing here minding my own business. And you hit me with a skid loader. Because the guys just, they think they're just trees. Card number 8, legacy and persistence. You came, you saw, you conquered. You persisted. Persistence means you keep going no matter how many times you fall. No matter what crumbles down around you, you press on. When the dust settles, you will be standing. Keep going. What is your purpose in life? What is your legacy? It's so funny. I was just asking this yesterday. What are you here to do? Persistence is key as you take action to secure your destiny in life. And ultimately, what will you leave for others? What will you pass on? Define your destiny. Your great legacy is calling. Have you ever wanted to give up in a situation but refused? Where did that lead you? What did it feel like to persist? And what did you engrave on the tablet of your great legacy in the Hall of Records on that day when you finally overcame the odds? Recall this victory and reflect on how you can be more persistent in your life. What I want you to get from all that is recall the victory. A victory in your life, whether it was a health issue or a court issue or a relationship issue, or you did something physically you didn't think you could do. Recall that feeling. Carry that feeling with you. Don't let it be a fleeting, just a moment in time. Carry that moment, that emotionally. When you carry that with you, it doesn't leave room for the fears. Like overcoming a fear. I overcame my fear of drowning because I've been drowned a bunch of times, and almost drowned a bunch of times in this lifetime. But I overcame it. I faced it. It was so incredibly scary at the time. But afterwards, I was like, I'm a big ass warrior. I got this. And then when you hold on to that, it helps you face the next fear and the next fear and the next fear. And pretty soon you're like, fear, you got no hold over me anymore. None, because I already faced you down. So be persistent, but face life, not just your fears, but face life with that feeling of victory. Like, the images of Archangel Michael or Saint Michael, where he's standing there and he's got his one foot on a demon and he's got his sword. That is victory right there. You need to have that kind of feeling in your sacral chakra that I'm not taking your crap anymore. Demons, fears, icky people, I'm not taking your crap. I'm victorious already. Know you're victorious before you even face your fear. Know the outcome before the event. Makes it so much easier. Oof. Stack number 2, you're a freaking warrior. I love it. See, you're a warrior like me. You're not taking crap from anybody. Yeah, they're ripping up my yard. And they're doing it while I'm doing the videos, so I can't go out there. Because I do these live, one take. Yeah, there's no editing. I see what you did there, universe. All right, that was stack number 2. Let's talk about stack number 3. Stack number 3, let's talk about your stone. Black tourmaline. It's always very obvious to me when I'm going around collecting, whether it's the decks or the stones, and I say, okay, what do I need for stack number 1? And they lead me over to an area, and then I'm like, okay, let's narrow it down. All right. Stack number 3, you need black tourmaline. Stack number 3, black tourmaline is grounding. It is good for EMF, so LED lighting, fluorescent lighting. We don't need it for incandescent lighting. That's why they made it illegal, because it wasn't harmful to us like LED and fluorescent. It's good for computers and cell phones. So if you have a computer that you work on, have one of these sitting right there with your computer. Hold it in your hand. It's good for cell phones. Actually, it's not good for cell phones. It's good for the EMF that the cell phones send to our bodies. So if you're on your phone a lot, just grab one of these afterwards and say, thank you for removing all the yucky energy that cell phone just put into this body. Thank you for absorbing all that, because we don't need it. It's so good for so many things. It's kind of like peppermint essential oil. It's good for 101 uses. And it can make you feel good too. Like it can make you feel better, because thank you for taking all that negative energy off of me. Well, guess what? I'm going to feel better. And if you're having problems being grounded, this is a really good stone for that. If you need to concentrate, if you're feeling all flighty, depending on what the solar flares are doing, this can help you ground. Stack number 3, you get Beyond Lemuria by Izzy Ivy today. So the fact that you have black tourmaline tells me you need to be grounded to Mama Earth. That means going out and standing in the grass. If you have any grass left, you can also go out and stand in dirt or sand. Sand is my favorite. I have a bucket of sand in my house. So in the winter, if I want to, I can stand barefoot in the sand. It makes me happy. All right, Lemurians, what do our stack 3 people need to know? What do they need to know? These cards are still so stiff. Okay, I'm going to take the top one. The top one says, oh, it's card number 8. We had card number 8 in stack number 2. Stack number 1 was 39. 3 plus 9 is 12. That's a 3. So we have 3, 8, 8. And a 3 is half of an 8. Third eye chakra, pineal perspective. A lot going on in that picture. Connect with your third eye and transcend what you understand with your mind. You know, we analyze things with our left brain, but that's not always the right answer. That's like man's perspective, human's perspective. We need to, a lot of times, go with a higher understanding, which is here. Discover a deeper inner knowing through the interconnected web of all that is and has been. You can tune into this wisdom at will, as and when you wish to. This wisdom is ancient yet pioneering. It is the creator of the free will we choose to weave from moment to moment. Be the observant witness. Allow the transcendence of duality without judgment. Be mindful, listen, and allow your unfurling intuition to unravel the paradoxes of reality. So they're saying, I keep hearing Steve Winwood, higher love. Bring me a higher love. We need to use a higher love to understand what we're going through, to understand what other people are going through, to understand this reality, this world. We need to focus. They're showing me a filter, like a filter on a camera, and the filter needs to be love instead of whatever filter you're currently using. And that filter could be, oh man, this world sucks. That's very judgmental. It could be your filter is very left brain and analytical. But they're saying, no, switch filters and put on that pink filter of love. View everybody with love. Everybody is going through something right now. And the people with the demons and spiritual attachments are really having a hard time. I've had to deal with so many in the last week that are going through this stuff, and they have all kinds of stuff attached to them, and they're like, it's just the way things are. It's like, no, you need to deal with those. You need to get rid of those demons. You need to kick them to the curb. You call in Archangel Michael, you call in Jesus, you call in, whoever resonates with you from up there. Say, thank you for removing all these spiritual attachments. And a spiritual attachment could be victimhood. It can be alcoholism, drug abuse. It could be SA. There's spiritual attachments for all these things. Call in your higher self and say, I'm done. I don't want this anymore. And use the black tourmaline. That's why they picked the black tourmaline. Because black tourmaline, what did I say it does? It helps get rid of negative, low frequency energies. And that's what we need to do. So the world has split. And it's not is splitting. It already has split. And over here, there's yucky. People don't want to change. And over here, there's people that are like, yep, I'm going to do the work. I'm rising. I'm going places. My life is just getting better and better and better. Use the black tourmaline to help you get there. All right. Oh, apparently I knocked over my beverage this morning. Dang. That makes me sad. I worked really hard to make that. And now it's all over the carpet. Bummer. I don't even know when I did that. It is what it is. That was stack number 3. We're going to do a bonus card now. Your bonus card is from the Star Trek Uno game. And to cut time short, I pre-shuffled because I'm looking at the time and it's like, yeah, we're already going long. What came out is this card. This is the Draw 4 card. The Draw 4 card has the Captain, Spock, Uhura, and the Doctor. What I get from this card is ask questions. Keep asking questions. Ask questions of different people. All 4 of these people have different perspectives. Think about their jobs on the ship. They all have a different job. The Doctor's working with physical bodies, but he's also working with, psychological issues too. Uhura, she's all about communications. Throat chakra. Actually, the Doctor is kind of heart chakra, right? Spock, very analytical, left brain. Very grounded, like root chakra. And then you've got Kirk, who, well, he's root chakra, but in a different way. He's all libido. He should be up here, but he's not. He's down here. But they all have different perspectives. Oops. And so what I feel from this is ask questions. Ask questions of everybody, whether it's somebody that is spiritually minded or somebody that is not spiritually minded, that, like Spock, he's not spiritually minded. He might say he is, but he's really not. He's very analytical because he allows his Vulcan side to take over most of the time, right? So I don't want to get into the whole Star Trek thing, but this is ask questions of all different kinds of people, because if there's 4 people witnessing an event, you're going to get 4 different responses, perspectives, 4 different viewpoints. And then you get to decide which one resonates with you. Or maybe you want this piece and this piece and this piece and this piece. And then you put together what you want. So ask questions. That's your bonus card. And I was looking over there because there was somebody at the door. I think it was one of the construction guys. I better go out there and see what he wants. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me today. I send you blessings of love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, and all good things, because I know you deserve it. I know you're worthy. So get in receive mode. Namaste.